a repasar la asistencia, si no escuchan un nombre es porque llegaron después y se anotaron, pero allá está la otra también, sus nombres, ¿ok? Victoria González. María Rodríguez. Presente. Marta Rodríguez. Lozán. Janet Alessandra Mayorga Lerma. Jennifer Villanueva, presente. Cecilia Núñez Trejo. Presente. María de Jesús Ramírez, Rivera Ramírez. Jessica Mesa. Luz Pérez. Presente. Cecilia Abundis. Isabel Lemos. Presente. Yajaira Palomares. Yeah. Judith Arellano. Roxanne Palestino. Presente. Claudia Medina. José Cárdenas. Yasmín Yáñez. Karina Robles. Giovanna Rubio. Yesenia López. Sandra Pérez. Presente. Grecia López. Presente. Mayra Cruz. Presente. Yasmín Maldonado. Kenia Peraza. Presente. Cinnamon Clark. Gracias.
Una pregunta. ¿Cuántas personas nos ocupan para hacer el quórum?
Necesitamos todos los representantes de las escuelas.
Se necesitan todos para hacer quórum.
Yes, because they are the members.
Okay.
You are the audience. They are the members.
Right. Okay.
Only the members can vote.
Right.
and be part of the quorum. Yes.
And how many are missing? A lot.
We have.
Because I know Victoria is coming from La Mira.
Is she coming?
Yes.
Okay.
She's
And I'll put hers here. Okay. So we need half plus one. So we have 7 schools. So we need 4 to have quorum.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Okay.
María de Jesús está aquí, ¿verdad? ¿O no?
No.
¿No? Pensé que era una de las representantes.
No. So those are the schools that we have so far.
Yeah. So there's only her. You know what we noticed though? Aren't they supposed to appoint members the first 30 days of schools? And there's been no coffee with the principals, no school site councils at a lot of school sites. So how do they expect us to?
I don't think that is in the bylaws, their first 30 days. I think what is the first 30 days is the actual, the voting process, the nomination of parents, the voting process. But I don't think it's limited to 30 days. So I'll look into that. Anyways, let's go around the table and talk, introduce each other to see where we're from. So all of us know who we are. I'm going to start with Ms. Villanueva, and then we'll go around this way. Go ahead, Ms. Villanueva.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Jennifer Villanueva. Vengo representando a Ocean View Hills como la comunidad.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Eunice Reinaga y vengo de Willow. Vine porque no había venido este año, no sabía quién estaba representando la escuela, no había habido meetings en nuestra escuela tampoco, entonces quería saber en qué estábamos.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Mayra Cruz y yo vengo de la escuela de diseño. Hola, buenos días, mi nombre es Sandra y vengo de la escuela Smite.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Janet Medina y vengo de la escuela Smite.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Yajaira Palomares y vengo de la escuela Smite.
Buenos días, yo soy Luz Pérez y vengo de Smite y Sense también.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Grecia López y vengo de la Smite.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Isabel Lemos y vengo de la Smite.
Wow.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Marta Rodríguez y trabajo de visita.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Elisa y vengo de la escuela. Buenos días, mi nombre es Jessica y vengo de CDC y La Mirada.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Olga Ramírez y vengo de Willow.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Cecilia Núñez y vengo de Willow.
Ah, aquí está usted.
Ahí
Sí,
está.
ve lo que iba a decir.
Y yo,
Dije, sí vino.
Y yo dije, ¿dónde está? No está ya parada.
Entonces tenemos 3. Bueno,
Estamos 4.
Mande.
Se llama Cecilia también.
Sí, por eso pregunté, porque dije, yo sentí que había un
sí. Bueno, y ahorita que llegue Victoria, 3.
So we're gonna need, yes, we need this.
One more.
Pasa eso.
We need 4.
I have a question.
Ese es
Mande.
el problema.
It turns out that
Pues hay que recordar desde antes.
Oh, recuerdo,
Obvio.
Pero se habían venido antes.
todos los años es igual.
Agarraron personas nuevas.
Fíjate, tenemos que tan a veces que nunca se nominan.
Don't worry. Yes.
Se nominan. ¿No
It will
te
have to-
recuerdas que el año pasado se nominaron hasta un mes antes?
Sí, es que no tienen mucha idea.
Okay,
De lo
so
que es.
as we're moving through this presentation, one of the biggest things that I wanted, this is all in Spanish. Sorry. One of the things that I want to do is make sure that next year we try to reach out as much as we can to parents and define what are these committees and the roles for our parents to be involved in them. I know that we expect our principals to do that, but our principals are busy. So we need to make sure that we as a district office work with our parents and let them know that these committees are super important, especially our English Language Advisory Committee, because we have the highest percentage of English learners. Okay? So, Martha, do we have the English one? This is the Spanish one.
Then,
Yeah, let me do this one. Let me look at this one. Let me see if this one is in English and Spanish. Oh, there, I have both languages. I apologize. Yes, you're right. So each LEA, which is the educational institution, which is us, the district office, with 51% or more English learners, must form a DLAC unless the district designates for this purpose a subcommittee of an existing district-wide advisory committee. So we do not have a district designated committee. We do have a DLAC, right? Because in the school sites we have ELACs, so we form the DLAC because we have 51 or more EL students. Each DLAC must have English learner parent representation by 51 of their members. So technically, we should have a bigger committee, and I really thank you guys for being here. I thank you parents for being here. Unfortunately, the only people that are voting members are the ones that are representatives of the school sites. So you can consider yourself part of the committee, but not voting members. Does that make sense? Parents or guardians of both pupils that have limited English proficiency, who are not employed by the district shall constitute a majority of the committee. So we do accept committee members that do not have English, do not have students that are English learners. They are always welcome. But the highest percentage needs to be those parents that have English learners. What are the responsibilities of the DLAC? So our DLAC, it's in Spanish, so. Okay. I think we have parents that are really uncomfortable with
With my recording?
Yes. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Thank you.
It's fine.
So, lo voy a tener que leer en español cuando tenga inglés. Sorry. El comité DLAC debe asesorar a la mesa directiva del distrito escolar sobre al menos las siguientes tareas. El desarrollo del plan maestro del distrito, that is our LCAP, and we are trying to go out to the school sites early to present the LCAP, not just to the parents, but to our staff as well, to our teachers, our staff, so everyone knows what are our goals. And what are our programs that service our students that are English learners. We always take into consideration the school site plans. That is the school site council. They have their own plan. The school site council has their own plan. la administración de una evaluación de necesidades. So every year, the district office and school sites put together an evaluation plan and evaluate all our programs. Are they working? Are they not working? And if they're not working, what can we do to make them work? And that's part of this committee. We are looking at the district-wide part of that piece of that tells us what is working and what is not working for our English learners. And that could be Achieve 3000, that can be Imagine Learning, that can be curriculum, that whatever it is, English language development. We discuss that here, and then we tell them, we tell the committee, hey, this is not working, maybe we need to look at something different, right? We establish our programs, our goals, and our objectives at the level, here at the district level. And like I said, the sole purpose of this committee is to focus on English learners. Any questions? Revisar y comentar sobre el procedimiento del distrito para la reclasificación de los alumnos. Our reclassification is something very, very important. For the school year 2020-2021, our district outpaced the state in reclassification. So we were recognized by the state of California and are receiving a Golden Bell Award for that reclassification. The state rate was at 15% of reclassification of students, and our district was at almost 24% or a little bit above that. So we are being recognized, and yours truly was part of that committee to put together that application. And we are receiving the Golden Bell Award December 5th in Anaheim. So it is literally a bell, a golden bell. It's beautiful. Wow. And we're going to display it here at the district office. So, las notificaciones escritas que se requieren enviar a los padres o tutores. So, all communication about reclassification has to be, you have to receive that notification if your child's being reclassified in the process of that reclassification. You are part of that entire process. Yes, sir.
Quick question about that. When students are reclassified, do teachers get like a training or something in the process of doing the reclassifications?
The reclassification, there's a process. It is, yes, they do get training. There's criteria.
Yeah.
So you have to pass your LPAC, and you have to pass 2 other district criteria. So normally it's their unit tests. And it's their unit test, and it's their unit test and their fluency, reading fluency. There's a couple more options that they may have. They have to have 2, and of course, the one that cannot move is the LPAC. You have to have the LPAC.
Yeah, I went through a process last year, 2 years, I don't know, maybe 2 years, with my youngest daughter, and the teacher, when she was giving me the papers to like sign and everything, she told me, I don't know what I have to do like for the evaluation. Like I never done an evaluation for students, so I don't know what I have to look for. And I was like, do you have do they train you or something? I was a little worried, but no.
Okay, let me write that down.
Yeah.
Was that a few years ago? Not right now?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't, but
the criteria is actually on the paper.
yeah, I read it and she
Yeah,
gave me a paper to
But
sign.
it is there.
And she was a little lost, so
That's okay.
that's just like my recommendation. Like if they
Thank
need
you.
to do better evaluation.
Thank you. And like I said, it's not an evaluation process. It's a process of you met this criteria, so therefore you are now in the reclassification process.
Yeah, I think maybe
It's not an evaluation.
they have to be monitored for like 2 more years.
Yes, they do have to be monitored.
I think she was a little lost in that, where she was like, I don't know what I have to I would have to monitor her. I think that's what she
Well,
was
make-
lost.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you
¿Le
so much.
siguen aplicando el LPAC de todas maneras?
No,
Ya no.
once they have been reclassified, they no longer take the LPAC. But they are monitored for 5 years. Yeah, they are monitored for 5 years. I think they put it to 5.
Deberían poner también cuando no
It's
vienen
4 or
más de
5, yeah.
2 veces.
They are monitored. So, the development,
Buscando.
like I said, the development of the master plan for educational programs, the LCAP, the federal addendum, which tells you the money that we have, and the EL master plan, which is our multilingual language learner master plan. It's no longer called an English learner master plan, it's called a multilingual language learner. Because there's so many other languages than just, but they are considered English learners. Anyways, conducting a district-wide needs assessment is crucial. That's why I go out to school sites and ask all the parents to give me feedback on the goals that we have and how we spend our money in our LCAP to make sure that we are listening to our community and what our students need, especially our English learners, because that is also monitored in the California dashboard. Does everyone know what the California dashboard is? Everybody know what the California dashboard is? Okay. This year, they are releasing our scores early. They will be released, I think, if I'm not mistaken, November 21st.
Oh,
They might be available. They were supposed to release them on the 1st of December, but because it falls during the holiday period, I think they pushed that. I think it's the 21st. They pushed it before we go on Thanksgiving break. The state pushed it because they realized, like, why are we releasing them when people are on vacation? So, and next year it'll be early in November. I can't remember the exact date, and then the following year it'll be in October. So they're trying to release it earlier and earlier during the year, so that way schools have a bigger opportunity to work with that data.
Are they gonna include the data for like the younger kids this time?
We do
Not yet?
They only include data for students that test are students that are from 3rd grade and up.
Okay.
But
But for any other things on the dashboard?
they're including science. Science is a new thing that they're gonna start monitoring, and at-risk students that are becoming long-term English learners. So those are the new 2 things that they're going to be adding to the California dashboard. That it won't reflect next year, but it'll reflect the following. Science and students that are at risk of becoming long-term English learners. That means that they haven't reclassified. So what are we doing for those students to support them and that reclassification process? Yeah. So if they haven't reclassified in the 4 or 5 year period that we have allocated for them, they are at risk of becoming long-term English learners. So we need to create a plan for those students. And it's being measured in the California dashboard. The school district, I went over that. So these are our bylaws. I'm gonna open them up in English. You do have them. So there's a couple of things that I would like to revise here. Our bylaws, we only revise them. These are bylaws that are given, that we inherit. So we revise them as a committee, but all committee members have to be here for us to be able to revise them. So this is not a document that we can take apart and rebuild it. These are bylaws these are have ed codes according to the California ed code that we need to follow.
But the bylaws can also be changed a little
They
bit
can be revised.
by the board, right? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
When we have a committee.
Exactly, when we have a committee. But yes, the things I want us to look at is, we have been meeting monthly at the district office, and according to the California Department of Education, we don't have to meet every single month. We can meet 4 to 5 times a year. And I really do think that would be a little bit more flexible for our parents. to not meet every single month because there's so much happening at the school sites. But like I said, that's something that we need to bring to the committee. That's not something that I decide on, that's something that we decide on. So that I would like to propose that for our bylaws to be edited or to be revised instead of a meeting a month, because right now we're struggling with getting all the names of the school sites, and we had a meeting without a lot of the school sites meeting, so it's hard to have quorum. So I'm thinking if we start later in the year to have meetings here at the district office, we'll give schools the opportunity to elect their representatives, so that way we can have them. But it's just a suggestion, it's not something that.
Can I make a comment about that? It feels like even on the parent engagement policy, again with the same thing, but I feel like at the school site councils, I don't know about all of them because I went to the San Isidro Middle School Site Council and I went to La Mirada. And it seems here, I really appreciate your open communication, Ms. Rodriguez, even the way you place these things. Even if we're not members, we are community members and you make us feel part of the team, which I appreciate it and I like it. But I'll be honest, quite en La Mirada, they put barriers like sientan a las personas así como en otra mesa, como que tú no tienes voz ni voto, like dándonos la espalda. O sea, hacemos el esfuerzo de ir y siento que ponen a los padres que no hacen preguntas, que no, they're just there because están calladitos. Y eso no va a cambiar nada. O sea, no estamos haciendo nada. Quieren parent involvement y no nos reciben, somos como que los enemigos. ¿Sabes cómo?
Well,
Y,
remember we discussed this in our last meeting, Ms.
Right.
Rosino, and like I said, I have not included it in our agenda, but it should be. There is a room for parent comment from the audience, and that's the only time that you're allowed to make comments.
right now? Oh,
According to the how we're supposed to conduct a meeting.
okay.
The reason why, and we discussed this at the last time, the reason why I'm allowing it to be an open forum is because we have respected each other and our opinions.
Right.
But if it comes to the point where we cannot, then I would have to implement that.
Okay.
So I
So,
don't know.
all I'm
how
saying
other
is-
schools are doing it,
right.
but technically
all
they're
I'm
doing
saying
it
is,
correctly.
if we
The
want
one that's doing
to,
it incorrectly is me.
no, I know, but I'm just saying, for my sake is to be able to have a quorum, to be able to have it, like, I feel like there's, a little bit of barriers, because to be a member, you gotta just go, like,
I
you
understand.
know what I mean? And it's like, well,
And
I don't know how she
unfortunately-
became a member, pero, we have friends in different schools, and there's a lot of parents that want to be involved, but they keep canceling these opportunities, so, and I'm, maybe I won't be that specific with school sites, but I'm just saying, like,
Absolutely.
they have to work with us as well,
I will definitely get that message out.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I want us to think about that revision in our bylaws. Other than that, these are very standard bylaws from a DLAC. These are suggested bylaws that were handed to us, many from the California Department of Education. Even our school sites have very similar bylaws as well.
I have a question about the bylaws. I'm still reading them, but is there any place where it says that if one of the members of the committee fails to come more than 2 times, will there be another
Yes.
re-election?
Yes,
Okay, I
that's part of the bylaws, yes.
I haven't gone.
It's in
So how
there.
many times they need
I
to?
think it's missed 3, if I'm not mistaken. If they missed
Okay,
2
where?
times, I mean, membership and put that.
Oh, I see. And
Yeah.
Section 1, Article 5, Section 1, letter I.
Yes,
Inform that OLA personnel of the schools with an unexcused underrepresented of 3 consecutive
there you
meetings
go, 3.
by its, okay.
Yes. So we do let the schools know that your representative has not been in attendance for 3 meetings, we need another representative.
So this
Or
will
the
be
alternate.
the second time? If someone didn't come, this will be the second time?
This will be the second time, yes.
Okay.
This is the second meeting that we've had, yes.
Got it. And going back to what you were saying, Ms. Rodriguez, so all of the meetings that you already have scheduled, are these, were the one who scheduled them? I mean, just wondering. And, okay, so because I think a little bit the opposite. I think it will be better to have both meetings, DLAC and dpac, every month, in case one representative couldn't make it that month, at least maybe the alternative
Like I
can
said,
make it
that's
the other
something
month.
that we could discuss with when the members are here. I'm just putting it out there for discussion. When we do have a quorum, we will discuss, that change. If not, it stays the same.
Well, next month, there's gonna be 2 meetings, right?
That's what we will have to meet, yeah.
Okay.
The meetings for this year are set in stone.
Nice,
We're
okay.
not moving them. I'm talking about for next school year.
Oh,
For the
okay,
25-26 school year. For
right,
this year, I will not move anything around.
okay.
I will not.
These are the ones, right? Okay.
Because I do want the opportunity for schools to have more time to elect their representatives, because it's not just, I think, from my understanding, the nomination forms go out and very few people fill them out. So there has been several ways of communicating, and there's no feedback from the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And ELAC, you have to be a parent at that school site. You
Right.
cannot be a community member.
Right.
What about for
School site
DPAC?
council, you can, but a DPAC has to be voted on through Title I. So it can either be it can be through a school site council, an ELAC, a coffee with the principal, as long as you present the Title I information, you can vote on a representative for DPAC. That's how that works.
Okay.
So DPAC is only a district parent advisory committee that looks at Title I.
Right.
That Title I is low socioeconomic status of our district.
But like, if next week, all of the members if they make quorum for DPAC, the DPAC committee, and they can decide to have a meeting every month, they can do that, right? They can put it in the next agenda to approve?
For DPAC,
Yes.
when we go over the bylaws,
Got it.
that can be a possibility, yes, if they wanna meet every month, yes.
Okay, thank
That
you.
can be a possibility.
Next
Because
month.
right now, as it is, DPAC is,
18.
like I said, only 5 times a year. Yes, which is half.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sí, son menos juntas, yes.
Mhm.
No, they're just,
Regularmente también.
yes. Because it's only one person per school site there, the alternate does not have to be here, it's just the representative. And in the ELAC, the alternate is encouraged to come because it is, that is, a voting committee. The DPAC we are just an advisory committee. This is, we vote, we do this, we vote on items that are here, so. Yeah. So let's go back to let me see, where was I? Any questions on the bylaws? Please take them home, and for our next meeting, I would like some feedback on the bylaws, especially, and talk to your members of your school site to see if they can also bring your concerns as well. Bring your concerns to the table. We have, I don't know if
So I need to get Frank. Frank is the DPAC.
we have an
representative.
LEA level
Frank needs to be here.
a policy, an official policy that needs to be voted in. Our school sites should have all of their Title I, it's school level family engagement policy, and those go up for board approval, today. Today, all school sites, have submitted their Title I LEA level, school level parent and family engagement policy. And there's also a school and parent compact that needs to be, presented and introduced to their school site councils and their ELACs, just so you know.
I was not sure you're gonna show up,
Yes,
but okay.
they should. And, they should be posted and they should be sent home. And that, once they are approved, they have to be sent home and posted and shared. So I will remind principals to do that.
Can you also tell principals to not just send it through one via, because we always do it like class dojo and
Absolutely.
maybe you can send it also in copy with the principal.
Absolutely.
Different
venues,
Yeah,
yes.
different venues, so a lot of people.
Absolutely, yes. I understand. Yes, I had a lot of parents, when I was a principal, tell me the same thing. So that's why we created a calendar within the school site. We we also created some flyers, but
I miss the flyers.
Yes, there's no more flyers
You know,
anymore.
when they would be at the front handing out flyers and everything, I would,
that
sometimes class
catches your
dojo,
attention.
yeah, sometimes class dojo, I see something, I'm like, okay, whatever, but.
¿Tú tienes un lugar en la mirada cuando entran todos? A veces ponen una mesa afuera con flyers. ¿No las has visto? Hace mucho. Ya no, ¿verdad? Como yo ya no voy en las mañanas.
¿Cómo se llama?
No había una manera de poner un board en la entrada de la escuela donde todos los papás pasaban.
That's a great,
Hubo una sola junta, ¿te acuerdas? A la que fuimos al principio del
it's
año.
overwhelming.
Pero ahí no hicieron appointee. Y no hubo ningún school site council either.
So let me
Oh, sí.
speak to the principals and Mr. Cortes, our boss, to see how we can resolve that issue. Because obviously I hear that that's a concern.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do have the screens outside.
Yeah, but those are small.
Ah, ya entendí.
The one slide was really fast and you can barely see it.
I know. So if you are part of the DLAC membership and you become our president, you as the president act on behalf of the DLAC for matters and duties related to the DLAC. You preside as an authority of all DLAC meetings, observing and maintaining the agenda and the time lapse. You may call for extraordinary meetings if necessary. You prepare, coordinate, and sign the agenda. You review the minutes, and you record and type of releases. Just for clarification, I am not the president of DLAC. That is a parent representative. And I know this sounds like a lot for a parent, but I'm here to support. I'm here to support, and so is Ms. Rodriguez. She's here to support too. Martha's here to support. We do need to make sure that you understand that this is a parent committee. And as a parent, that is their responsibility. To be here every day that we meet and on time, and to make sure that you comply with your duties as a president. Okay, and I know everybody has things to do. We all have things to do, but I do appreciate that commitment. You cannot be a president.
I know.
I know.
As much as I would love you to, you
I
cannot.
have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you call an extraordinary meeting?
Like if we didn't have quorum and you would like to call another meeting within the month, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Or there's a hot topic that was discussed and we didn't reach consensus, then you can call a meeting as a president to make sure that we either discuss it at a later time or meet.
Come back.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's not possible for this month, right?
Huh?
That's not possible for this month,
No,
right?
it's not.
Yeah.
Not for this month. But
Okay.
moving forward, like I said, do you see how important it is to be here? It's
Exactly.
super important.
It
And
is.
and there's 20 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Some of us can.
I'm trying to think of where did we like miss the communication? Like
Maybe I feel like it's maybe like new representatives. Some might not know the importance,
okay.
so I think they need to have like a one-on-one with the principal they can let them know the importance of these committees and what the role will be.
Okay.
And
Man, Kenya,
yes,
I also think that some parents come to, I'm not sure if we're using the proper word, but complain.
Mhm.
And if you come one time, that's it.
Yeah.
Don't come at all.
And that's not what this is for.
Right.
This is for the development of our English learner plan and how we spend our money, not only at the district level, but at the school site level as well. And you are supposed to go back to your school site and talk to them about what you learned here.
exactly.
So
Can you tell them to give us a chance though to talk about it?
absolutely.
Sometimes I feel like our ELAC meetings are after coffee with the principal, but sometimes coffee with the principal extends, and then principals have to leave, and we're like, how about ELAC? Like,
got
can we
it.
talk about it? And they're like, is there something you wanna say? Like, I did go to a meeting, like, I
Yes.
do wanna,
I do
like,
wanna-
can you
yeah.
let them know that?
Need to be part of the agenda.
It should be part of the agenda.
Yes.
It should be part of the agenda. And one more time, as we're working towards unifying our bylaws, our agendas, we are working towards that. We have a lot of new principals, and we need to make sure that they understand how these committees and agendas should be written and should be carried out. It's even at the point where I'm creating like a script. This is what you say, this is what to try to support, right? I mean, I don't wanna offend anyone, I just wanna make sure we support them.
Yeah, I always try to tell our principal, not to pressure you, but can we talk about ELAC? But it's something that really has to go out, because I don't feel like it comes from.
And
So I will make sure that we address that. Thank you
one
so
last
much.
thing, Ms. Rodriguez.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think also, when they are elected as a representative, I think it's very important for them to understand how the agenda works and what is the bylaws. Because I remember when I started, I was like, what?
What is it? Yeah.
Yes, so I think it's very important for them to understand these kind of things, even if it's just a quick overview of in the one-on-one with the principal, if it's possible.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I will
Thank
let
you.
the principals know. So the secretary in the parliament, the secretary will write the minutes. We do have a secretary. Ms. Marta is our secretary, and she collects all that data. And please, I want you to know, and I know it's hard, but everything that's discussed here should be something that is confidential between the members. Right, as a participant, when you hear us having discussions, that does not mean that gives you the green light to go and, pues la miembro de la, Willow dijo que that's not what we do here. This is a very prestigious committee, and we need to support each other. Okay, we need to support each other. And we are not going to go out and bash each other, we're going to support each other. It's okay to disagree, as long as we disagree and we say it nicely. We can say anything to each other as long as we're nice to each other. Once that stops, then we're not doing our job. We're not keeping focus of the bigger picture, which is our students. Correct? Okay. So please remember that whatever is discussed here stays here. And if you need to talk to me about something outside of this committee, I'm always available. I'm always available. Okay. Ensure that all agenda items are carried out. Secretary, make sure that we comply with Robert Orders of Rules, which is, how we go through the agenda. Coordinate and support the president when a meeting is called to order, or if the president cannot be there for whatever reason, the vice president will take over. We normally nominate our officials, and we do have DLAC officials. Hopefully we can have them by December, by our next meeting. We only needed one more today. We were almost there. We only need one more. So hopefully next time we can have someone to vote. Super important for your feedback. Please know, I'm gonna try to also implement, I know technology sometimes is a barrier, but that's the only way that I can collect feedback. I will create a QR code next time, so you can scan it with your phone and send me some feedback. Like what are things that you would like to discuss in a DLAC? What would you like to see? And remember, always keep that focus of English learners. This committee is for English learners. And English learners fall under a big umbrella. English learners can be English learners with disabilities. It can be any English learner. Okay, just remember that. If your child is an English learner with a disability, you still fall under this umbrella. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And we are more than happy to listen to anything that you need for that support.
Can I share something really quick about that?
Yes.
So I also went to Minicabe, and one of the conference that I chose was how to know the difference about a English learner versus a kid with disability, because sometimes teachers struggle to know if they have a learning disability or it's because of the language. So one of the from all the presentation, what I got is that, and just for everybody to know and to share, is that if the kid is making progress, then it's probably not a learning disability. It's probably because of the language.
Correct.
So just for everybody to have that in mind, and for maybe to share with principals and teachers. Yeah, so just a little overview.
Yes, if a student is making adequate progress, actually.
Right.
Yes, he's making adequate progress towards their grade level, it is considered possibly a language barrier.
Right.
And if they are not making adequate progress, then we create what we call an SST,
Okay.
a student study team.
Yes.
But thank you for that.
Of course.
And before we leave today, before we adjourn, I would like to put this in the back of your mind. It is 4 days away from your family. And this is not a vacation. Vamos a llevarnos a tío, a tía. No. This is you and you alone learning about what it is to be a parent of an English learner and what California does for our English learners. It's the California Association for Bilingual Education. It is a beautiful conference. It is going to be in Long Beach this year. It's during spring break, the first week of spring break, I think. The 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. And we are paying, right now I have budgeted for 4. It hasn't been approved, so don't quote me yet. But I would like to take 4 members of this committee or committee participants to go.
¿Dónde está? Oh,
It's
3
in Long
days.
Beach this year.
Oh, 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it is their 50th anniversary,
gonna
and
be-
it's beautiful. They have very inspirational speakers. They have mariachis. They have children performances. It's just it helps to really center your culture and your identity as a. I consider myself a Mexican American. I know people say Hispana or whatever, but I was brought up Mexican American. That's who I am. That's how I identify. And yes, I know my label is Hispanic, but I see it as just a label. I identify as a Mexican American. So
How many people show up to these? If the mini cabe was packed, I can just imagine the real cabe.
Thousands.
Está packed. ¿Y cuántas
Todo
horas?
El estado. Todo el estado de California. Thousands.
Demasiado.
So that's why we want to get it. It's going to be board approved in December. So I want to make sure that we get it as quickly as we can. Oh yeah, we have sent, last year I think we sent about 20 people.
But mostly staff.
No,
Parents?
we have parents.
Who went?
I drove.
Parent.
I drove a parent.
Really?
Yes.
Mr. Morales
Oh, okay.
went to with Miss English,
Well,
and they
if
love.
you're interested, let me work with the budget to see if we can take. I would like to take as many people that are interested in going,
Have an
but
idea about
know
that.
that it is, like I said, it is you
Los
by
que vayan,
yourself. We cannot.
Que hagan
You
una
can have
presentación
children.
a sus
You can
escuelas
have your significant other.
respectivas
It's
escuelas
just
de
you.
lo que vieron. Porque nomás hablan y dicen, sí, estuvo bien suave. Y ahí quedó.
Pues ahorita.
We're not paid. I don't think children are,
¿Cómo?
unless they're performing, they can be
Performing.
included. I don't think children
Que hagan así una
are, it's an
presentación como
option
con
to pay,
fotos,
in other words, for the conference.
lo que aprendieron
And
en las
adults,
conferencias.
parents, and paraprofessionals that are invited, or, staff, classified staff. Okay? So please keep this in mind. If you're interested, either send me an email or sign up with Marta. Marta will have a little sign up sheet And I will, right now, like I said, I only budgeted for 4 because I know it's a big commitment. It's a big
Yeah,
commitment.
I would love to go, but my little daughters, I cannot leave them. Yeah.
It's a big commitment.
Too little.
So please let me know, but I guarantee you, you will come back so inspired. So inspired. Okay, it is 10 o'clock. No, actually 9:58. Normally, if we had quorum, I would say we are adjourning the meeting at 9:58. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? And we have a motion. And then who seconds the motion? And then everyone in favor of adjourning the meeting at 9:58, say aye, and then we adjourn the meeting. So that's the process of, that's the process of
right
Brown
now.
Act laws, right? That's the process of
I was
going
like,
through.
I motion.
Okay,
To make it quick.
so thank you so much for being here. I'm not gonna see you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And remember that yesterday was the World Kindness Day. So remember that kindness does not cost anything. Kindness is something that we should be giving freely, daily, to each other. And my kind words to you is that I will miss you, and I can't wait to see you back in December. I look forward to these meetings.